how to use Matterrank to work on a research project. So first, you want to make sure you're signed up or signed in, so everything gets saved. And then the first thing you're going to do is create a search engine, right? And so say I'm writing paper on tariffs, so tariff research, right? And then say this is an academic paper, so I want only sources, like sources that are well cited, well researched, written by academics or other professionals, you know, avoid like blogs and user generated material like Reddit or Wikipedia, right? And then I can also say like, since my research, I want to show that the tariffs are bad. I want sources that show that the tariffs are having a negative impact, right? So I'll find exactly those sources. And so either I could set this up manually and I can set all the individual like requirements for that, right? Like one requirement that says well cited, well researched. But for now, I'm just gonna press the use AI button because that'll just kind of look at my description, figure out how to set it up. So see, now it's prioritizing well cited and referenced information and all the stuff we said. So we're just gonna create that right now. And then so what I'm gonna do is first search like how are tariffs affecting the economy. And actually, before I go ahead and do that, I just want to make sure that we're only taking information from the last year, right? Because we want that, right? And then I also am going to go to the summary and see, okay, it's providing a summary for me, right? I can choose between just getting the sources or getting the summary. So that's good. So I'm just going to hit search. And now the search takes a little bit because we're actually crawling through the web, right? This isn't a quick little search on Google, but it's going through all the pages on Google and finding all the stuff that exactly you want. And it takes about half a minute. So yeah. Okay, so our search has now completed, right? So up here we have the summary. So let's see. Tariffs have been shown to have various negative impacts. Okay, so as I said, right, we wanted it to show that tariffs are negative, and it is doing that, right? And then here it shows the impacts, right, and it's written out and it shows what sources this is coming from, right? But not only that, it gives me all of these really good sources that all kind of match my criteria, right? Like this is the American Enterprise Institute, for example, very well respected think tank, right? And so now what I can do is say I like this, right, this source. I can create a project and I can say tariff research, right? So this is my project that I'm going to use to work on this research paper or whatever. So I've added it to that project now. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of add all of the sources that I like. And obviously, I can click on them first to see what they are, but I'm going to add all of the sources that I like to this tariff research thing, right? And basically, what this is doing is I'm saving them all into one spot so that I can go look at them later. But not only can I go look at them, I can go ask them specific questions. So that should be enough sources for now. Obviously, the more sources, the better. But so we're just going to go back to our homepage here, right? And I'm going to switch over to projects. And I have tariff research right here. So I'm going to open this project, right? It's going to load for a sec. And now we have all of these sources that we added to it, and they're all here, right? And then we can even, if we have our own sources we want to add from other places, I can upload one or I can add a link, right? And then so here, this is a little AI that I can use to talk to all of these sources. So every answer that we're going to get from this AI is actually going to like reference these sources specifically. So like, give me a timeline of Trump's tariffs, for example. And then it's waiting, right? Negative impacts of tariffs. I'm queuing up the next question. But see, look, okay. So it went through all of these documents, right? And it found the timeline, and it's drawing from all these different ones, right? And so it's like January 2018, this happens, right? And then it literally has like the specific sources, and we can see exactly what source this information comes from, and that's like pretty useful. And then we can go like, okay, what are the negative impacts of tariffs? And obviously, the more documents I add here, the more effective this will be, right? But this is really useful for a research paper where you want to make sure you're actually drawing from legitimate sources. So here, for example, if I wanted to have a paragraph on the negative impacts of tariffs, could really just take all of this information that's written here, and I know exactly where it's being sourced from. And so yeah, that's the basics of MatterRank, and I hope it is useful to y'all.